Sex and Sensuality, the podcast, where we speak what your dirty mind thinks. We are here every Monday night at 9 p.m. chatting about tantalizing topics that most won't dare say aloud. Hello, and welcome to Sex and Sensuality, the podcast, where we speak what your dirty mind thinks. How are you guys doing tonight? I am your host, Miss Mika Nicole. I'm so excited to do our topic tonight. And I have my lovely co-host with me. I have Miss Tavi and I have Miss Gigi. How you guys doing, ladies?
Hey, we're doing good. How are you?
I am doing well. I've had better days.
It's gonna get better, girl.
Be like that sometime.
It does. And that's okay. It happens. Life goes on, right? Okay, so tonight, y'all, we are talking about confronting the other woman. Yes, no, or maybe. So we're going to speak from the perspective of if you're thinking about confronting the other woman, if your husband or your wife is cheating on you, we're going to talk about some things that you should probably think about along this journey of deciding if you're going to confront this other woman. So our discussion points tonight consist of what are the results you're hoping for? Like, what do you want to see happen if you confront this person? Are you hoping like she's feels guilty or that she confesses it all? Are you looking to hear the dirty details? What if she admits to the affair? What then? What are we going to do at that point? What if she denies the affair? What are you going to do? Is it possible that she didn't know about you? Because that could be a real possibility. We know most cheating relationships, the person they're cheating with, they don't know.
Yeah.
Do y'all decide to confront the partner together? That's something. Some people have done that. I've seen that. How would it make you feel confronting this person? What if she tells you first? What if this person comes to you and says, hey, I've been having an affair with your husband or your wife? What are you going to do? And do you have to know the details of the affair? And what happens after confronting the other woman? So we have some things to talk about. Where do we want to start first, ladies?
Let's start with a juicy topic.
I forgot about that. Yes, let's start with our juicy topic. So our juicy topic of the night is, this is about a groom. He was found guilty for attempted sexual assault of his wife's bridesmaid days before the wedding. Oh my goodness. So I'm just going to reach out. Isn't that awful?
That is so awful. Like you're about to, like, your wedding day is like one of the happiest days of your life, supposedly. And then that's awful all around.
It is. What got me was him saying to her, oh, there's no chance of you being pregnant, but just in case, I want you to take a day after pill. Like, what? You want me to take a day after pill? That was really all he was concerned about. First, he lied and said it didn't happen. And then he tried to backtrack and, backpedal and said he did pull her in and they did, he did mess around, but he was sorry. Just so many conflicting stories, but he did get found guilty.
Yeah. So he was found guilty of attempted sexual assault, aggravated indecent assault without consent, simple assault, and indecent assault without the consent of others. He was acquitted on the attempted rape charge. It says back in 2019, during a river rafting trip prior to Carney's wedding, the bridal party spent that Friday drinking and tubing on the Delaware River. Carney sexually assaulted a female member of his wedding party in the men's locker room at the Shawnee Inn while she was allegedly blackout drunk. They put blackout in quotes. Although prosecutors showed the jury a video of the moment Carney pulled the victim into the men's shower, his wife, Nicole Norris, so she is still married to this man, defended him in court, claiming the bridesmaid was conscious during the incident. Carney now faces up to 10 years in prison and will have to register as a sex offender.
Good.
Wow. So she went through the wedding.
Yes, she did.
she went ahead and had the wedding. But see, I don't know when this was brought out. When did she report it? Did she report it before the wedding happened or after the wedding happened? And I wonder if that would have played any role in the wife marrying him.
I don't know.
Hello?
I mean,
I'm like, hello, where are y'all?
It's still because I'm rolling it through my head. I don't know. Like,
here's my thoughts. Because if the wife is defending him in court, saying that, oh, she was conscious, like I feel like women should support women, especially when it comes to things like this. And she supported stating by her husband and said, oh, she was conscious, so it wasn't that bad. Your husband did something awful to that woman. And your friend, that's your friend who was a close enough friend to be in your bridal party, to be in your wedding, which is like major. So for you to even back your husband after the assault and everything comes out, it shows me the type of person you are. And it shows me that even if she would have found out about the assault before the wedding, she probably would have still went through the wedding.
Yeah, she probably would have, because even if, let's just say this, she said that the woman was fully conscious and she knew what was happening. So if you feel like your friend knew what was happening, so in that point, your husband cheated. He cheated even before the wedding. So even that should have been enough. To be like, I don't want to be with you anymore. And I don't know if you raped her or not. But the point is that you had sex with another woman. And if you sexually assaulted her, then that's 10 times worse. That makes it even worse. So I cannot be with someone who would, first off, cheat on me with a best friend, because if you're saying she was conscious, so she cheated on you with your good friend that was in your wedding 2 days before your wedding.
Right.
At that.
Yeah. She obviously, for her, if the getting married to this man was more important than her friendships.
Clearly.
Obviously.
Exactly what it was. It was getting married was much more important. And that's
I hope she holds him down while he's sitting in jail for the next 8 to 10 years.
I hope she doesn't. I hope she gets a clue about herself.
And I hope she go to therapy.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, go to therapy.
Girl.
And leave this rapist alone.
Because if he did this, think about all the people that were there and he was bold enough to do it. It makes me feel like this might not have been the first time that he's assaulted a woman, and it won't be the last.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. So
I mean, he's in jail now, so hopefully he'll learn his lesson and not do it. Hopefully.
Sexual offenders, it takes a lot of reforming for them.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so let's move on, y'all. So when it comes to your partner cheating on you, whether woman or man, cheating on you, I mean, what are some thoughts that go through your mind? Like for me, I don't know if my first thought is to confront this other person, but that's the first thought of a lot of people, right? It's like, well, I got to go and get that BITCH, or I got to go get that home wrecker because she messed up my marriage or she messed up my relationship. And in my head, I'm like, why? Why is that your first thought, is to confront the other woman instead of confronting your partner?
You want to know why, Mika? Because it's easier to point the finger at the outsider than it is to point the finger at the person that you're with, because it also makes you take accountability for yourself. It'll make you look at, is this the person I really chose for me that would do this? So it's easy to be like, I don't have no connection to this person. They don't like me. I don't like them. They don't know me. I don't know them. But to be angry at a person that you thought you knew means that you thought you knew yourself enough to choose them. It's a lot of mental craziness within yourself, right? To think about that. You're trying to figure out in your mind, why would they do this to me? And so push that aside and just point the finger over there. I want to kick her ass. I want to fight her. It's her fault, his fault. So much easier to do. But, I think when we grow up and we have some maturity about ourselves, we got to realize that person doesn't owe you anything. You're right. They don't know you and you don't know them. And even if you did know them, in the case of the juicy topic, and that was a friend, that's not the person that you had the commitment with.
Right.
Right.
And it's like, I think when it comes to confronting the other woman, it's like, what purpose does it serve? Like, and I think it's situational too, because you could confront the other woman. You're like, I think my partner's cheating on me. I found this information. What's going on? What is the relationship between you and my partner? So there's one way of doing it where it's like I'm seeking information. And then
that's not how it happens, though.
And then,
but I like what you just said, Tavi, because some people, they don't know what's happening. So they see, like, they see like he or she is talking to this other woman, and they're talking in a romantic way, or they see like a bunch of messages and they don't know what's going on. So they call the phone number. So that is another way that folks confront. They're like, hey, I don't know what's going on. I see my husband or my wife been calling you constantly. Are you two talking? What do y'all have going on? So I get that point, Tavi. I think that's where a lot of it starts, when they're trying to understand what the husband or wife is actually doing first off.
Yeah, trying to piece it together.
But the thing with that is you can't trust that other person is giving you any truth.
No, that's true. That's true.
Sometimes the things they're saying, in my case, y'all know the story. In my case, her telling me, I'm sorry that you found out this way, that we're going to be together. That was so not true.
Well, that probably was her truth. That probably was what she felt. But
no, it's what she wanted me to believe.
Oh,
but all along, because truth later on it was never, ever, ever, ever said one time that Georgie was leaving me. That was actually, I'm never leaving her. But for her to tell me that was to try to hurt me. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I understand, like, we're just talking about the way it's initiated, that sometimes people see information and they're like, I want to find out what this information is about. I want to see what's going on. And that leads to them reaching out to the other person, not talking about what they're going to find or what's going to be said. We're just talking about how is it initiated. And a lot of times it's not initiated from a thought of, I got to go and confront this other woman. It is, I see some information and I want to figure out what is going on.
So just investigation.
Right. It's like, it started out as an investigation. Is that what you were saying, Tavi? Because that's what I was getting.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, there's different reasons. So some people could come at it from, like, I'm trying to investigate and find out, not coming from a confrontational place. Just, I have this information. I am so-and-so's wife, girlfriend, fiance, whoever. What's the nature of your relationship? Because I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, and then it could be two women or whoever having a conversation and passing back information. Or you could have the person who found out the information and they're coming like, I'm going to fight you or go do, whatever. And it's like, what purpose does that serve? Like, I don't agree. Like, I feel like your anger should be directed to the person who you were in a relationship. That's where all your anger should go towards, not the other person. Like, it doesn't serve a purpose. Like, after it happens, do you feel better about yourself? No, the situation still happened. You were still cheated on. You were still lied to. All that's the same. And you going off on this other woman, man, whoever, it's just not going to make you feel better.
I think for me, like with this first question, what results are you hoping for? What I've seen, a lot of people are hoping for, first off, answers because their husband or their wife is lying, because they're going to lie and deny the hell out of it. Mm-hmm. But that other person, on a lot of times, the other person's going to tell the truth some kind of way, not all the time. But sometimes that other person's going to tell the truth, like, yeah, I've been sleeping with him or I've been sleeping with her and we've been dating for that amount of time and whatever. So I think some of us want to hear the truth or what we feel is going to be the truth from that other person because they feel like they're not getting it from their husband or their wife. What do y'all think?
So they're looking for clarity.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah,
in some cases, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they're seeking clarity. They want some clarity. It ends up becoming a big convoluted mess because now you have this girl saying something, but then the husband or the wife is saying something. And it's like, who do I believe at this point in this particular situation? But then you have all this evidence, because a lot of times you don't confront anybody until you have some evidence. Now you have all this evidence, and it's like, okay, which of the three is telling the truth? The evidence,
the evidence, him or her.
Exactly, which is telling the truth. So I think you got to think about, what is it that you're looking for? Are you looking for clarity? Are you hoping that this other person is going to fill in the spots, fill in the blanks for you that your spouse didn't do? And then what if, though, let's move on. What if she does admit to the affair? What if she says, yes, we are having an affair? Then what are you going to do?
Get your frying pan and go whack your partner.
You can't whack her.
I'm joking.
You can't whack her.
I mean,
plenty of people have whacked her.
That's when you get the hot grits. No, I mean, you talk to your partner, because they're the one who had the commitment to you, and they're the one
who violated. Some people choose your response time. They're like, "Oh, I'm beating your ass. You've been fucking my husband. You've been fucking my wife." Boop, 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 boop. Now that's
it.
But it's like, no, let's be mature about it. You don't have to stoop to their level of immaturity, because cheating is an immature act in itself.
Right.
It really is.
Character.
You don't have to stoop to their level of immaturity. You got your answers that you came for. Leave the situation and go and confront. Now you need to talk to your spouse. Talk to your partner about what you've learned from this person. And y'all need to figure out what it is that y'all going to do. Are y'all going to stay together? Are you going to move? Are you going to do some counseling? Are you going to leave? Because I feel like this, it's no need in gathering all the data, all this information, sneaking around, looking at text messages, their phone logs, and all this other kind of stuff, if you're not going to do nothing about it. And then you're going to go and confront the other woman. What's the point of doing all that for you to do nothing? Because some people just do nothing, and they're like, well, he said he ain't gonna cheat again. She said she ain't doing it again. So we're gonna keep moving on. But it's like you moving on in a relationship, but you have not done anything about it, just swept it under the rug. So you done sit up there, nights of crying, all this heartache, all this, I'm stalking him, following him, or her, or whatever. You got your friend in on it, three-way calling, pretending to be somebody else. So all this other kind of crazy stuff. And it's like, oh, but I ain't doing nothing about all this information. What? What's the point?
Yeah, you're right.
Do something about it so you can nip it in the bud then and there.
Do y'all watch that show Love After Lockup?
Yes, Shell.
No.
It's one of my guilty pleasures.
That is my guilty pleasure. I love it. So there was an episode where, get this, the man is in prison. These two women are fighting over him. So you have one who was the main person who was dating the inmate. And she got a call, was like, oh, this is Hottie's girl. What you blah, blah. And she's like, I'm Hottie's girl. So they are fighting over this man in prison. And I think they're from the same town, and they end up meeting up, and they had a physical altercation.
Oh,
and one girl was like, well, I've been rocking with him for 10 years. And in reality, he's using both of these women.
Of course.
One of them was sending him all this kind of money. One woman was paying his cell phone bill. And that's how she found out about the other woman, because she logged onto a Facebook. And then the one who was with him for 10 years saw pictures of the other girl and had posted them on Instagram, her new pictures.
Oh, my Lord.
So it was a whole thing on this TV. It was so messy. But
it sounds messy as hell.
Very crazy.
It's on this current season, but
well, it was another episode like that too. Another whole season based on this girl, not based on them, but they were main characters. She was married, a white girl was married to a black guy in prison. Yes. And then he was dating the other girl, a black girl too. And she's all excited, getting ready to give her virginity to him and everything.
What?
And then the wife finally found out about her and called her and was like, he's married. And so, but she didn't care. She's like, okay. And they did this whole thing with a back and forth. It was back and forth with her and the wife for about a year. Finally, she got some sense about herself and left him alone. But then he went and found another woman.
And he got the wife pregnant again after.
He got the wife pregnant again.
The day he got out of prison, he got her pregnant.
Lord. Okay. So what if she denies the affair, but the affair is happening? What do we do then? Because it's like, Okay, I done saw out this woman seeking clarity from her, and she's on his side or her side. She's denying the affair. Mm-hmm. Oh Lord!
Well, they do that because they want to continue the relationship, and
but I'm just
feel like the fear of breaking up with them, the person that they're messing with, is stronger than them telling the truth. So it's like, okay, I know I'm the other woman. I'd rather stay the other woman than not be with him at all. And he told me that if his wife or other woman finds out, then he's gonna leave me. So I'll just play the game and play my role, and that's it.
Okay. But what do you do? What does the wife, the main partner, do if this person is also denying? What is next?
I'm gonna go by my proof. What I found out. Yeah. What I know, what I feel, what I found out. Because obviously, like you said, if I'm finding a trail of phone numbers or I look this stuff, I'm not going to be ignorant and be in denial. I know what I know. You have to see it. He's coming home late. She's coming home late, sneaking on the phone, not around when there's always some questionable action going on. And now you looking down the cell phone trail and you're like, this number is the same number. Who is this person? How come I don't know who they are? So I wouldn't care what he or she had to say because I already know what my eyes are seeing and my heart is telling me.
And see, and that's something that I feel like when the other woman denies it, it makes the main woman feel secure in a sense, like, so it may not be nothing going on. Maybe I was kind of wrong about this evidence that I have. And they keep going on. I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen. I've actually seen it happen recently. So it's like, what do we do at that point? And I agree with you, Gigi. It's like you have to get to a place where you're like, no, this is what I feel in my gut. This is what I see is happening, and I'm about to leave this alone because you're not going to sit up here and pay me for no damn food. Like, I know I sounded very passionate, but that's how I feel. Like, you ain't going to pay me for no damn food.
Look, I'm telling you, I know, because I'm like, I don't care what the hell you say. I am not crazy. You can't tell me, that's some lame ass picture that just popped up in your phone. What the fuck? I'm not stupid. You ain't playing.
Once I had a girlfriend who I suspected she was cheating on me. So I confronted her about it. I'm like, what's going on? This is what my intuition is saying. I have these feelings. And she was like, no, made it seem like I was crazy, like I was insecure, like all the things. And I was like, well, maybe I am crazy. Maybe I am tripping. Let me tell you how much the universe is on my side
all the time, girl,
and protecting me.
That's right.
We were on the phone one day, like I was in college when this happened. So we were on the phone one day and she was like, oh, well, my sister's here. So I'll talk to you a little bit later. And I was like, okay, cool. So I just set the phone down and went to go take a shower. I never pressed end call and she never pressed end call. So the phone was still connected. So I went to take a shower and I got out and I was like, what am I hearing? I'm hearing noise. So then I realized that my phone was still on the phone with her. Why did I hear her having sex with someone?
What the hell?
Yes, on the phone. And I was like listening. I'm like, what is it? And I was like, oh my God. So then I said, hello. Oh. And then you could just hear, and then you hear rustling. And then I was just like, wow. And then I hung up.
Well, you know what? See, that's what they say. Everything done in the dark comes to light. And this is the reason why we don't have to do nothing, ladies. Like, you don't have to do a damn thing. You go about your relationship. You do what you're supposed to do. You protect yourself. You see some stuff happening. You're suspicious about it. Yes, confront the person. They want to lie. Everybody want to lie about it. Keep on living. It's going to come to light, whether you're with him or not with him or her. You're going to find out what actually happened because it's just nothing stays hidden forever. It never does. And it has a way. Like you said, the universe will protect you and bring it to the light, honey. Yep. And you got to remain faithful and believing in that, So what if she didn't even know about you? What if she didn't know? You confront this woman and this woman is like, girl, I didn't know he was married. What you talking about?
Well, is that a real girl? I didn't know he was married. Or no, I didn't know he was married.
I'm not talking about hypothetical questions. I'm serious. What if she really didn't know that he was married? Because we know, let's say about 60% of affairs, maybe, I need to look up the exact statistics, but a lot of affairs happen be where it's hitting. Like,
right.
Neither know about the other. And I need to look up the statistics. But while I'm looking it up, what do y'all think? What happens at that point? If this person didn't know about you, what do you do then?
I feel like if you're both mature, you will listen to each other.
Right.
And exactly. If you're both coming at the place like, I'm going to attack this woman, if you both settle those emotions and you're like, hey, I found this information. So she could be like, oh my gosh, I had no idea he had a girlfriend. I had no idea he was married or she was married or whatever. And you can exchange information and then y'all confront the person who y'all both should be angry with, the person who was lying to you both. Exactly. If you're mature. Mm-hmm. But if you're immature, you can come in like, oh, bitch, and then get your frying pan out, you know.
The frying pan.
I just saw a movie. I don't know. I was just watching a movie the other day, and someone did that. I feel like it was like a Medea movie. I don't know. Anyways, but
it was a Medea movie but it wasn't because he was cheating. It was because she threw the grits on him because he was abusive.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm. but I agree with you, Tavi. It's like, be mature, talk about it, try to get an understanding of what's happening. Because I honestly believe a lot of the women don't know. I cannot find the statistics, but I'll find it. Hopefully I can put it in the description, but they do not know. And if they do not know at that point, it's like, okay, now I'm coming to inform you. He's married. He is married. We have 2 kids together, whatever. We have a house. We've been together for 20 years. And this other woman, I feel, should also be mature enough to say, you know what? I didn't know he was married. Like, I honestly was thinking I was in a full-blown relationship with somebody who was being honest with me.
But what happens once the other woman finds out that he is married and yet continues to stay in that relationship?
Then she trifling.
But see, either way, whatever she decides to do, it's not, who cares? I don't care what you decide to do as this other woman. I care about what my partner decides to do and what I choose to do in this relationship. So it's like you and your partner have to make a choice. Are we going to work out this marriage? You're going to stop cheating, stop seeing this other person, because what the other person wants doesn't matter. Or I'm going to divorce you. And if y'all keep seeing each other, then who the hell cares? I don't give a freak about you at that point.
See, you know what would bother me the most about that whole scenario is that he lied. Well, he started out with the lie, right? Because he knows he's married. But not only do you know you're married, you lied to this other woman to get her all caught up in feelings with you, right? So now she's a victim too. And then now she and I are conversing back and forth about how to deal with this situation because you brought her into our marriage. And then you're going to go around and you're going to act like, oh, like you weren't married in the first place. See, that whole thing there, it just makes me feel like, I don't know if I could be able to get past that.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So what she decides to do, I don't care. Like, she shouldn't even be the least bit of importance to you after you have found out about her and you had whatever conversation you called yourself having. At that point, let her go. Who cares? Y'all choose what y'all going to do. You choose what you're going to do with this relationship. And then you make your choice and you stand by it. And what that girl chooses to do, that's on her. If she chooses to still be with this man after finding out, or this woman after finding out that he's married or whatever, then that is on her. Because you have made a choice to divorce this person and you've made a choice to move on, or you have made a choice to work this out together. So it's on him at that point to cut her off and keep her cut off.
I agree with you.
Now, what do we think? Do we feel validated for confronting this person? Like, because what are we seeking? Like, are we seeking this validation of, I just need you to know I'm the other woman and I'm the one, like, or I mean, not the other one, but I'm the wife. I'm the main partner. Like, what are we seeking to feel from this, confronting this other person?
I think you think that in a moment, it'll make you feel good. I think in a moment you like, I have to exert my power, because when you're cheated on, like your power is kind of taken away a little bit, and you want to gain back control. So a lot of times that's your way of displacing your anger and trying to gain back control is, I'm going to let you know that I'm blah, 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 and you need a da, da, da. And I mean, I just feel like after it happens, I want to be honest with you. I have once confronted another woman and I didn't feel good after I did it. I was like, why did I do that? I was hurt. I was angry. I was sleep deprived. And it was more so like, just stop, leave us alone, stay out of our lives, whatever. She's tried to tell you to stay out of her life and you keep pressing it. Like she's blocked you from all social media and you create new social media. So it was like, clearly she's not listening to you. So I'm going to confront her. And I didn't feel good afterwards. If I regret it to this day, I shouldn't have done it. Had I just taken 20 minutes and thought, a rational thought, I wouldn't have done it. And I stepped outside of myself. I stepped outside of my character and I didn't feel good. Like, and it served no purpose. It did nothing. Like, I'm like, what was the purpose of that? So
yeah, I've done that too. I've talked to a woman that I felt like was just constantly in the way. And I was like, listen, like at this point, I haven't said anything to you, but I'm saying something to you today. And I said what I had to say. It wasn't mean, it wasn't nasty. It was leave us the hell alone. Stop trying because it's not going to happen. And I did that. And I'm not going to say I ain't feel bad. Hell, I felt like I finally got off what I had to say to this person. I didn't. And I still don't feel bad. But I felt like I had to say what I had to say. And to my knowledge at that time, because this was a past relationship, just saying, to my knowledge, we did, and that person wasn't around after that. So it was what it was. But for the most part, I'm not a confrontational person when it comes to stuff like that. I'm not the person that needs to confront another woman. If you're having an affair, you're having an affair, and I find out about it, I'm coming to you. We're going to have our conversation, and I'm going to make my choice. Right. I don't need to talk to other women to make my choice. I truly don't. At this time in my life, I'm mature enough to make a choice for me. And I'm going to think about me and put me first. I don't give a flying fuck about this other woman. Like, I don't. I care about how I feel and what I want. And that is where I'm going at this point, you know. So, no, I'm not confronting anybody. I don't got time for you. You're not going to get my attention, too. You already got my partner's attention. You ain't getting mine, too.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Like, no, not doing that.
But you know, our feelings get caught up, right? You get, like Tavi said, the anger, the frustration, you know, your all of these different things going through your mind, the what ifs, and you might literally have a piece of your brain that just removes itself for a minute. You're like, yeah, I'm ready to go at her.
That's what happened with me. Yeah. I turned psycho, and like, and y'all know me. I'm very much hearts and butterflies and sunshine, and I'm a happy, non-confrontational person. And I lost it. I had been up for 4 days. I had slept in 4 days because it was like finding out about this affair that had happened years ago. I wasn't eating. I wasn't myself. And I was like, had I taken just 20 minutes and just like took a breath, I wouldn't have done that. Cause I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, I said this.
You lose yourself in all of it. And you don't even recognize who you are. And then you're like Nika said, it's like, damn, now this person has all my attention because I am pinpoint focused on this person and what they've done.
Yeah.
But they don't even deserve that energy from you, but it's our emotions. It's hard to keep in line.
It is. I've done that to myself too, where I'm stalking. I'm stalking phone. I'm looking, I'm like literally combing the phone log to see what messages were being sent, what type of messages were being sent, like meaning like, was it just text messages? Was it media messages? I'm looking through emails. I drove myself literally crazy. And I was like, I have to make a choice for myself. If I'm driving myself this crazy, then that means this relationship is not for me.
Right.
Because if it has created this much insecurity in me when I know I'm a secure person, because your relationship is supposed to make you feel secure, emotionally safe, happy, and healthy. And if those things aren't happening, and you know you're acting out of character, you got to make a choice to cut that person off, honey. Like they say, if your right hand hurts your left hand, what is your left hand hurts your right hand? Whatever the Bible says about that, you cut it off. So the left hand is the partner. Cut his ass off. Don't let no man drive you to that mess or woman. Okay, but it's different when the person comes to you and tell you about an affair. That's totally different because you ain't done nothing. You going about your merry way. You don't think shit is happening. You feel like life is good. You and your partner on a great road, a great path or whatever. Then here's some woman calling you, telling you, you know, I've been sleeping with your man or I've been sleeping with your girl for the last 2-3 months. Ooh, gee.
Now that person trying to start some mess. That's what they're doing.
Different situation, right? It's harder to control yourself. But first thing first, though, is we got to make sure we are giving our partners the benefit of the doubt. Because there are a lot of women who will make some shit up.
Yeah, they lie.
They will lie and say, I've been doing this and doing that, and ain't nothing been happening. But because you gonna automatically believe them and you're emotional, your emotions go high, you getting pissed off, you're going, who the fuck is this woman calling me? And you going off. And it's like, what are you talking about, baby? I don't even know what you're talking about. So we want to make sure that we got our facts straight first.
Right.
Before confronting. We can say, hey, babe, I got a call from some chick, said that y'all been having sex. I didn't know what's going on before I react. Tell me the truth. And then if it's a lie, if he's saying like, no, this is not true, and it's truly a lie, he should be able to show you that there's a lie. Meaning that there's no indication they've been talking to each other. No communication at all. No erased text messages. No hidden, pictures or videos. Like there's evidence. There's a way to show that you have not been communicating with somebody else.
Not if they got a burner phone.
Well, Gigi, dang, you know what you mean. You bitter because I understand you bitter, or you're not as optimistic because I know you've gone through this before.
But it's because not my stuff. I've just seen so much.
Yes, I know that it can happen, but we're talking about in the situations where a woman has actually trying to call herself lying. So because she's trying to fuck up your relationship. I'm talking about that situation. So let's stick with that one.
And yes, and it's true. I have seen that too. Yes, that is true.
But I'm just saying, so there is a way.
Because they want your man or woman, period.
Yes. So we want to make sure that we're being rational about our choices and how we choose to talk to our partner about a woman coming to us to say something is happening. First off, we want to try to believe our partner and then allow our partner to show us that there's nothing happening with this other person. Now, if he's lying too, there's a way to figure that out too. We already know that. Like you said, there could be burner phones. There could be, him erasing these messages. And you don't even know they using, what is it that they use now to erase messages? They don't save messages. It's, oh my gosh, it's an app. It's an app that you can use, WhatsApp. WhatsApp. You can hide messages in there. So yeah, there's definitely, I understand, Gigi.
Look, I am all with the third eye, honey.
I know. But we do have to make sure we're always giving our partners benefit of the doubt first. If someone just comes up and tells us something, because I know for a fact, I don't feel like any woman can come up to me and tell me some shit Chasen's doing behind my back, because I know all her patterns. And if some woman comes up to me and just says, hey, Chase been cheating on you with me, I'm gonna have to think real hard on when she had time to cheat. Because
when did this happen?
Where did it happen? How did it happen? Because I know my wife, I'm gonna believe her first. And then we can, then she's the one that tell me the truth. She'll be like, baby, I fucked up. She'll tell the truth. So that's why I'm like, I know you can't just come and tell me something about her.
Right. Right. Same.
Yeah. Okay. So that was that. Moving on real quick. Do you have to know the details of the affair Oh, Lord.
Yes.
Why? Why do you have to know the details, Gigi? Talk to me about that.
Okay, so
I really want to know.
Okay, so for me, that time, I never thought that would be a question that I would say yes to, but for some reason, I needed to know because I think when you feel like you're the last one to know, here you are around a whole bunch of people, and this has been going on for months and months and months, and all these people supposedly knew this. You wonder, well, what the hell was going on? How in the hell did I miss this that all these other people win? So you, like you said, you're losing your mind. When, where, what, how? So all of those questions come to your mind. And hell yeah, I wanted to know. And let me tell you, I've always been I ain't no jumping on nobody, but I asked her 3 times and she was like, no. And I just knew she was lying. Nothing happened. And I sure as hell jumped up on that bed and put my hands around her neck and was like, "You're lying to me." You got
I think we do not promote abuse.
No, I'm just saying. Look, I was getting dressed for work. I was in my panties and a bra, so but I just knew. And she was like, okay. And it still wasn't nothing. They never really had, sex or whatever. It was touching and stuff, but I knew it was something. And I don't know, it was like you just, again, it's that whole need to know. And like you kept saying, Tavi, is it something I really need to know? I don't know. It did make me feel okay. I felt like, all right. But right after that, I was like, we going to the clinic. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is my life and I needed to know how far did this go? So yeah, I needed to know.
Will you think of how far, what would it impact your decision to stay with that person or to not?
Yeah, like what?
It might have. I don't know. I don't know.
I think for me, I don't want to know the details. I don't want to be able to imagine it. I don't want to see it in my sleep. I don't want to obsess about it. So I don't want to know the details. All I know is that you cheated on me. You went with another woman. I don't care what it is that you did. You cheated, and we need to figure out if we're going to be together or I need to leave your ass, because that's all I can worry about. I don't want to see the images, because if I know what happened, I'm going to think about it, and I'm just going to perseverate on it. I'm going to sit there and it's just going to go over and over in my mind. I already know me. So it's like, I can't know the details because I'm really going to drive myself crazy. And I'm going to be like you, Gigi. I'm going to want to choke somebody. And I don't have no reason, no business knowing that I never put my hands on anyone. But I'm just saying, it's going to make me feel like wanting to do something. And that's the reason why I cannot know the details. What about you, Tavi?
So if you were to ask me a few years ago, like, what I want to know, I'm going to say, yes, I want to know every detail, everything. Like, I've been in situations where I found out the person was cheating. I was like, well, give me your phone. I'm going to look through everything. So I need to know everything. And I'm really investigative. I can find some stuff. If you think you're going to delete stuff, I can find it on your phone. I should probably got a degree in tech. And I feel like I've done that and I've gotten all this information. And I feel like it only hurt me more. Like, all I need to know was you was dishonest, you cheated on me, and you broke the boundaries of our relationship. Yeah. That's all the information I need to know. I think finding out all the details, it made things more hurtful. Finding out all the information, whether I could just had the basics, and that would have been enough for me to decide what I wanted to do, if I wanted to move forward in this relationship and we were going to work it out, or if I want to separate, knowing the position, the day, the time, the whatever. Like, I feel like it was irrelevant at that point. And it hurt me more. So it's like, why would I do that to myself?
Well, 15 years now past that, I'm probably like you, it wouldn't even matter. If you already, you cheated, don't even matter. But back then, yeah, I did need to know. Now, and you don't get a second chance anymore. I ain't got time for it.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I think that at this point, no, confronting the other person is not even, I feel like it's not even necessary when it comes to, I don't even know if confronting the other person is necessary, because at the end of the day, the relationship is between you and your partner.
That's right.
And y'all need to confront what the hell y'all gonna do about it.
Right.
If y'all gonna try to work this relationship out and go through counseling, marital counseling, and really, really, really he or she is apologetic and shows you that through tangible, real
actions,
or you're going to divorce. And that is what you have to start working on. So if you decide to confront the other woman, I do want to just give y'all some quick tips. You want to first make sure you get the facts straight. Understand, first know what's really happening, because a lot of the times we think something may be happening and we don't know. So we go and confront somebody and we don't even have all the whole story, then we're looking crazy. So just make sure you have your facts straight.
Right.
And realize that, they may not have, even that other person may not have known either. So they may not have any blame in this situation. That just probably fall completely on your partner. So keep it there, choose how you're planning to communicate. If you want to, if you decide to communicate via phone, that's fine. I guess if you decide to meet them in person, I caution you against meeting the other woman in person to keep your sanity and keep yourself from fighting somebody.
Right. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Of course, if you do meet them in person, I just say this: if you really want to meet them and see their face, do a Zoom call or something. The next one, decide whether or not to tell your spouse. So if you find out that your partner is having an affair and your spouse doesn't even know, you need to figure out if you're going to even tell him or her about it, because I feel like that's the first step. Talk to your partner first.
Yeah.
And then if you decide you want to confront this other woman, I think you should talk to your partner about that too. Like, hey, I'm going to have a conversation with her. That's how I feel. I'm talking to her. I'm going to find out everything. So you might as well tell me now before I go and get it from the source.
Right.
Okay. Maintain a calm attitude. Because
don't choke nobody.
Right. Calm yourself down, because you want the truth. Your goal, this should be your main goal. It should be clarity and understanding what happened, right? If you don't go there with that type of attitude, you're not going to get any answers. So what's the point? If you're just going to just fight a person, that ain't gonna do nothing. He still cheated. Hell.
Yeah.
And you still got to figure out what you're going to do about him cheating. It ain't no sense of y'all both going down, him going down, losing a relationship, and you going down, going to jail somewhere for beating someone's ass. No.
Right.
Clarify your reasons for confronting the other woman. Why do you want to talk to this person? Do you want to talk to them for, just like I said, for just clarity? Are you trying to get some type of revenge? Are you just trying to show her how sad and hurt you are that they had an affair? Like, what are you going there for in the first place? Oh, Chad, figure that out. The last one is decide if confronting the other woman is really a good move. And let me just tell y'all this. I don't ever feel like it's a good move. I don't. Unless this other person is someone that's stalking your spouse and causing, causing issues in your relationship, or causing issues with you, like doing something to purposely hurt you, like sending you messages, stalking you, doing things to you. I don't think it's necessary to talk to this other person. I don't think it's ever a good move. That's just how I feel. You ladies, y'all tell me what y'all think about some of these tips.
I agree, especially with the last one. At this point in my life, I definitely agree. I've seen it on both sides, and it doesn't wear you any good to just go and confront them for what? Either they're going to be honest and you're going to be hurt, or they're going to lie and you're still going to be hurt. At the end of the day, your commitment is with your partner, and it's like you said, the two of you need to figure it out one way or the other. Adding that third person has already been in your relationship. It's now for the two of you to decide to remove them. And that means at that moment, stop communicating, not going over there talking to them, not sending messages. If the two of you have decided and he admitted that this happened, then just let it go. Block everything, stop all communication, and try to start rebuilding your relationship.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
There we go. That was the word. All righty. Well, I hope you all learned something new tonight. And if you are in a relationship where your spouse is cheating on you, I encourage you to seek counseling for yourself. And if you decide to stay with this person, marriage counseling for the relationship. So y'all can, or relationship counseling if y'all are not married. So y'all can work past this, but also for yourself, because you have been hurt, you've been betrayed, your boundaries have been broken. So seek that counseling for yourself to build yourself back up as well. I hope you all have a good night. Join us on Tuesday night between 8:30 and 8:45 as we recap this episode on live on my Facebook page, which is Mika Nicole Alford. So I hope to see you all then and hear some of your stories. Again, you can follow us on all major streaming platforms. And I hope you all have a good night. Thank you for joining us.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for joining us on